Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now I think it's fair to assume that like me, most of you are watching this on a modern LCD, LED or OLED display. The same display you use to play all of your favourite console or PC games. My equipment of choice is this Samsung 43-inch Ultra HD LED television, and no matter what I'm playing it looks pretty good. The colours really pop, and even up close the picture clarity is excellent, especially at higher resolutions. But it wasn't always like this. Anyone who remembers the early 2000s or before probably remembers these. Huge CRT televisions that weigh the same as a slim adult or overweight child. This Philips 28PW6451/05 was the only thing left behind by the previous occupants of my new house, probably because they couldn't lift it. I'd place money on the assumption that a large percentage of back problems in over 30s were originally caused by lugging one of these 40-kilogram beasts up and down some stairs. While this 28-inch behemoth with its real flat picture tube technology, crystal clear image enhancements and incredible surround trademark sound technology would be best suited to a retro PlayStation 2 setup, I wanted to see if I could hook my modern PC up to it. Now there are no DVI or VGA inputs here like you'd find on an old monitor, so we're already at a disadvantage. A CRT monitor would certainly give us a better result, but by using one of these HDMI to SCART converters, I was still able to hook up my Core i5-10400 and Nvidia T1000 system to this aging beast. The remote control for this television has been lost at some point over time, and I can't adjust the aspect ratio with the front buttons, so we are limited to this 4:3 presentation until I can find a universal remote that works. But no matter the resolution, be it 1024x768 or 1600x1200, it will be displayed at a smooth 50Hz, and most importantly, it will be displayed. You can literally set the PC to any resolution and this TV will display it, albeit currently restricted to a 4:3 aspect ratio. Now I'll admit, it ain't too pretty as far as picture clarity goes, but my goodness, the colour quality and contrast is very impressive. Now I don't know why exactly, but Fallout 4's colour palette and art style really looks quite fantastic. The tones look more akin to those found in the early concept art drawings for the game, but it's the sound quality that really stands out here. The voices, the background ambience and the gunfire sounds that you can hear in Diamond City just sound so much better here than they do on my aforementioned Samsung TV, and I'm not even exaggerating. Take a listen to this roughly 1 minute or so of unedited footage.
I hear there's a bar in the old theater district that's for raiders only. Combat zone.
We buy and sell everything to everyone, except synths. No synths allowed here. Read the public and be prepared.
Before moving on, I want to explain why I'm filming at 30 FPS, even though the game and the rest of the games I tested today are running and displaying at double that. Now it's simple really, though anyone sensitive to flashing images should definitely look away now. I mean it, look away for about 5 to 10 seconds. This is why. Filming at 60 FPS just causes this horrible effect, which is pretty much the same I believe for all old TVs and monitors, at least ones I've experienced in the past. Moving on then, and it's not just Fallout 4's art style that looks really good here. Cyberpunk 2077's neon lighting and certain darkened interiors look mesmerising. I can barely work out what the on-screen text says, especially the closer I get to the TV, but I just don't care. I've always liked the graphics, but this has brought about a whole new level of appreciation for me. I don't think this Philips unit was particularly decent back in the day. All I could find price-wise was an old Curry's listing for £250 that dated back to 2006, which I think was the year after this came out. Now, I don't know if that was considered expensive back then, because when I was 11 years old I wasn't in the habit of buying TVs, but someone with more knowledge on the subject of old televisions will have to let me know down below in the comments section. It is a shame that the filming of this video, the rendering and the eventual compression, will mean that I can't convey exactly how this looks to those of you watching, but hopefully my excited tone of voice and descriptions will do some justice towards painting a better picture. Moving on to Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the definitive edition, and having played the original game back in mid-2000s on the PS2, playing the 2021 version on a TV dated that same year feels pretty nostalgic. The orange sunsets and sunrises take me back to the days of Sony's legendary console, but of course the most authentic experience can be had by playing the OG release on the PlayStation 2, and that can quite easily be hooked up to a television like this. I am a fan of the remaster and I think it does look good in some areas, though playing it on an old school TV certainly adds a little something special to the experience, that's for sure. Sticking with Rockstar Games now, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is another title like Fallout 4 that really benefits from not only the deep blacks and excellent contrast, but from the dual 10-watt surround sound speakers. Keep in mind that the audio is only turned up about 20% of the way here, just like it was before. I'll play another clip of gameplay footage and let you listen to the many sounds of the living, breathing town of Valentine.
Hello. Really, Wade?
I know you now.
Look out! Howdy.
The final game I tested today on this behemoth was Forza Horizon 5. The varied Mexican environments look great and the colour palette really pops once again, whether you're driving through the desert or next to the ocean. It is a far from perfect experience, and the same can be said for all of today's games, especially when the aspect ratio isn't quite right, but it's certainly a unique one, and I'll have to try the same with the PS5 or Xbox Series X in the future when I can find a universal remote that's actually universal. One thing is for sure though, I'll definitely also be on the hunt for a proper CRT monitor after this, because while this television has impressed me in certain ways, CRT monitors are something else, and I look forward to trying one out, especially if I can connect my system to it natively and without the need for any adapters. That's something I always really wanted to do, and some of these old school units even have HDMI as well from what I've seen elsewhere. But for this one, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've certainly had a blast with this TV. If you liked it, leave a like down below. Leave a dislike if you didn't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And hopefully I'll see all of you in the next one.